Temperature, UV lighting, and humidity are important components of a reptile's environment. Reptiles are a diverse group of species, coming from extremely diverse environments. The captive environment should match the natural environment as closely as possible. For this reason, it's important to research carefully, ideally before purchase. The internet often contains conflicting advice, some of it completely unreliable. Professional zoos and reptile veterinarians are excellent sources of information. For all reptiles, the enclosure should not be all one temperature and humidity. Create a temperature and humidity gradient with areas that are warmer and more humid, to areas that are cooler and less humid, all kept within your reptile's preferred optimal temperature zone, or POTS. Remember, the POTS may change as the reptile matures and require some adjustment from time to time. Provide heat with over-the-tank heat-producing bulbs. Some larger enclosures will require multiple heat bulbs. Do not rely on under-tank heating pads or rock-style heaters, as these do not heat the entire enclosure and can cause severe burns. Heat bulbs can be the kind that produce both heat and UV light, or produce heat only with a separate UV light. No reptile should be exposed to a bright light 24 hours a day. Daytime heat and UV bulbs can be kept on a vacation timer and turned off for about 12 hours per day. At night, the enclosure is kept within the POTS with a nighttime bulb specifically for reptiles. Some of these produce a nighttime low level of light, and some produce no light at all. Remember, temperatures inside the enclosure may be affected by the weather. In winters, where it's very cold, many reptiles require additional heat sources to keep their enclosure within the POTS. Be prepared to adjust heat-producing bulbs anytime the reptile is moved to a new enclosure and with the seasons. Get in the habit of regularly measuring the temperature within the gradient with a thermal temperature gun or with multiple thermometers throughout the enclosure. Desert lizard species, such as the bearded dragon and uromastyx, require very warm environments. Bearded dragons do well between about 77 degrees on the cool side and 90 degrees on the warm side, with a concentrated basking area up to 100 degrees. Uromastyx prefer a cool side of 80 to 85 degrees and a warm side of 90 to 100, with a concentrated basking area up to as high as 120 degrees. For both species, the nighttime temperatures should not drop below 70 degrees. Many chameleons originate from a tropical climate and prefer temperatures that are slightly cooler than their desert relatives. Prepare a cool side about 72 to 80 degrees with a warmer side about 85 to 100. Leopard geckos prefer temperatures of about 73 to 75 degrees on the cooler side and about 88 to 90 on the warmer side. The temperature for both species should not drop below 70 degrees at night. Iguanas do well with temperatures between 85 and 90 degrees, with a concentrated basking area of 95 to 105 degrees. Nighttime temperatures must stay above 75 degrees. Turtles and tortoises are a very diverse group. In general, most land turtles prefer about 85 to 90 degrees on the warm side, with 75 degrees on the cool side. Most common aquatic turtles need a water temperature of 72 to 82 degrees, which is measured with an aquarium thermometer. A concentrated basking site of 90 to 95 degrees is placed over the aquatic turtle's land basking site. Snakes also originate from a variety of habitats. For instance, corn snakes and their relatives prefer a temperature range of 70 to 85 degrees, with a basking area of about 88 to 90 degrees. Tropical species like the ball python require temperature zones of 80 to 85 degrees with a basking area of 90 to 92 degrees. Be sure to check with your reptile veterinarian on the ideal temperature for your pet. Other videos in this series discuss the important topics of UV light and humidity.